We're back. You're watching the Jersey City Show, Election Day. But let's get away from the politics for a moment, do a little high school sports. From the Hudson Reporter, my buddy Jim Hague. James, there he is. You look cold.
How are you, Pat?
You look a
What's
little
that?
chilly there.
I'll loosen it up here. Is that better?
There you go. Now you look casual. Did you vote yet today?
I always want to look casual. Yeah.
Did you vote?
Did I vote? Not yet. No, I didn't get out, but I will.
Make sure you get out and vote.
I'm a Hague. We vote early and often.
Well, that's right. Yes, I forgot about that. Frank Hague. Is there any relation to Frank Hague?
There is a lineage of some sort. Yes. It's far removed, but there is a lineage.
It's like a 10th cousin or something like that, huh?
No, I think he's my father's great uncle is what it comes out to. So.
Let's get to the high school sports. You have a kid who is a quarterback from Weehawken, who is your athlete of the week.
That's correct. That was last week. That was Jimmy Lopez of Weehawken. He had a great game for a team that had lost 5 in a row. And unfortunately, they couldn't keep that going last week, and they lost Friday night. So that was they took a very tough loss to Lodi over the weekend. But the story of the weekend, I think, in my eyes, is the McNair Academic Girls Cross Country team, which had no experienced people coming back, 0. And yet they managed on Saturday to win the NJSIAA State Sectional Group 1 Championship at Greystone Park in Morris Plains, led by Jaslyn Diaz, who finished first overall in the race in a little bit over 20 minutes. And then Claire Chapeau was second in the race. So McNair ran 1-2 in the race en route to the team championship. It's the 5th ever team championship for McNair Academic, but more importantly, to do this with a team with no experienced runners at all. I mean, the Diaz girl that won the championship, the individual winner, was a soccer player and a softball player, and decided to run cross country for the very first time this year, and she ends up winning a state sectional championship. It's pretty remarkable, and it's a credit to Matt Hogan and his program. They've done a great job for many, many years. But this one, of the 5 state championships that they've won over the years, this one's got to be the most impressive because of the lack of experience that these girls had.
When you say McNair, I don't think athletics. I think of brainy kids, like the creme de la creme of our smartest kids in Hudson County. My daughter is a graduate from McNair.
Well, that's true that they are in that respect because they are the top ones they have to test to get into McNair. They only take 250 students. So it is a very select school, and they take kids from all over Jersey City. But they've done well, especially with their cross-country and track and field programs over the years. A while back, they had a girl by the name of Leslie Njuku who broke all kinds of records at McNair Academic, and she ended up getting a scholarship to go to Georgia Tech, and she was the Hudson Reporter Female Athlete of the Year that year. So they've had some great athletes, and their top boy runner, Fahid Nasir, he not only did he win the county championship 2 weeks ago, but he won the state sectional championship in the boys race on Saturday. So McNair had both the boy champion and the girl champion from North to Group 1. Quite an accomplishment.
Congratulations to McNair. Is the principal still Rogenstein there?
That I don't know. The athletic director is a great man by the name of Hugh Dwyer, who does a phenomenal job of getting all his teams together, and he deserves a lot of the credit for the athletic program and what they do, how well they do.
I'm always talking about getting scholarships for the high school athletes and the high school kids in general. I think like every kid in McNair gets a scholarship when they graduate. It's a tremendously successful high school.
Well, they do have one right now, a 100% placement into college, which is an incredible accomplishment for the high school, that they send all of their graduates on to college. That's a remarkable achievement.
What happened with Don Bosco and St. Peter's?
Well, St. Peter's Prep won the game 28-14. Ayer Asante, who will be the Hudson Reporter Athlete of the Week this week, He had 6 catches for a little under 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in what has turned out to be his coming out party. And he had an incredible catch earlier in the season against DePaul. And for him to cut, this is the first time ever that St. Peter's Prep ever won up in Ramsey. They never won before. They were 0-5 prior, and they went up to Ramsey and beat them 28-14. And now they got to turn around and play them Saturday afternoon in the state playoffs at 12 noon down at Caven Point this time. But they went all the way up to Ramsey and came away victorious. And thanks to the exploits of receiver Ayer Asante, who is only a junior, and he's only going to get better. And the quarterback is Messiah McNair, and he's only a junior, and he's going to get better. So this is a team that's come a long way this year. And in speaking to Coach Hansen last night, he's talked about the fact that they have a chance this year to beat every of the top parochial schools in northern New Jersey. And if that happens, which will include a win over Bergen Catholic in the state finals at Giant Stadium, but if that happens, that's a great accomplishment for this team, considering I don't think anybody thought that they were going to make it this far. But they've done very, very well, and especially defeating Don Bosco for the first time on Friday night.
Well, even though the season's not done for them now, they have to be excited thinking going into next season with these kids getting that much more experience, that more used to the system, and basically used to winning.
Well, the only bad thing about it is that they do have a very senior-dominated offensive line, and there's a lot of seniors that are on the team, including 4 Division I players. The Adamololo twins who are going to Notre Dame, Shane Simon who's going to Notre Dame, and Zamir Mickens who's going to Rutgers. So they got 4 seniors on the team that are going to graduate. So they're going to lose a lot, but at least they're going to have a good base to start with, having Nasai Maynor and Ayer Asante.
Well, in the world of football now, you need a quarterback and wide receivers, and it looks like St. Peter's has that coming into next season.
Without question. Now they got to just work on developing running backs, which that's been their one bugaboo this year, is that they really haven't had a go-to running back like they've had in the past. So that's the one thing they're going to have to develop, not only for the rest of this year, but going into next year.
All right, we got 20 seconds left. What do you got? What else you want to add?
All right, just to let you know that 6 Hudson County teams made the state playoffs, and that includes St. Peter's Prep. Hudson Catholic, it's a home game. They play Immaculata. Bayonne is going to be on the road. Hoboken, which even though they lost 6 in a row, they're made the state playoffs, and they get to go play Weequahic in the first round. And then the game of the weekend is going to be Union City against North Bergen in the first round of the North 1 Group 5 Friday night in Union City.
You'll bring us up to date on that next week?
Without question.
Thank you, Jim. Jim Hague is the reporter for the Hudson Reporter. Pick up his paper. It's all over Hudson County. You see them everywhere. And you can also see him on YouTube. We'll put that on the screen later on. If you miss it here, go to YouTube and Twitter. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. We'll be right back.